Hey everybody, welcome to another video on the old YouTubes. What I have for you today is a classic unboxing. Some of you may find this exciting, and some of you may find this to be the worst possible kind of video that you can find on the internet. But let me just talk to you a little bit about this package and what it is and what we're doing here. I've got a guy that I work with. You know, we've become, friends and whatnot over the course of time that we've worked together. And he's kind of an old school kind of chap in a younger body kind of thing is the best way I could describe the fella. He was raised by older parents, and he's just not your typical young guy. He swears up and down by fixed blade knives, doesn't want to have anything to do with a folding knife, which is strange. You know, you don't find too many people who every day EDC a fixed blade knife, and the knives that he carries absolutely drive me insane because they're just, for a guy who's a knife guy like I am, he carries just the absolute wrong knife that you could possibly carry for the type of work that we do. He carries one of those cheap, $15, $20 Moras. And we do a lot of box opening at work. Parts come in, we have to open up boxes. The machines and everything that we install, all of that stuff comes in boxes. So we're just constantly opening boxes all the time. And he also uses his knife in inappropriate ways, as a makeshift pry bar or things of that nature. I mean, he really, really is rough on his knife, and his knife shows it. Now, the cheap Moras can take this abuse, clearly, because he hasn't broken one yet, but they've got big chips in the blade, and they stay sharp for maybe 1 or 2 days, after I sharpen them up. I know this might come to a shock to a lot of people, but one of those camping or outdoor Mora type knives with the Scandi type grind will only stay sharp cutting boxes for a very short amount of time. They won't stay sharp very long at all. Plus side is they're super easy to sharpen. But what I set out to do is talk him into buying a real knife. One that's light, compact, easy to carry, fixed blade knife, tough as nails. So, okay, I want a tough as nails knife. What blade steel do we need to go with for a tough as steel knife? The one that he can, cram into things and jab into stuff and it's still holding edge. And what I came up with is 3V. Drop any other comments or any other suggestions for blade steel for this type of thing that I've described to you, this kind of work that I've described to you, something that will hold an edge cutting through boxes. And the kind of boxes that we cut through, I know what you're thinking of, like this box right here on my table, like your typical Amazon box. That's not the type of boxes that we cut into. We cut into heavy duty, just one step below crate type boxes. I mean, thick shipping container cardboard boxes. I mean, hardcore boxes. They dull a knife so fast it'd make your head spin. So that's why I use high-end knives, just to keep me from not having to spend all my time in front of a knife sharpener all the time. So without further ado, let's find out what we've got in this box. Kershaw Launch, what is this? Launch 6? Does it say on it? We'll make a video on this knife in the future. I've got some interesting comments on this knife. I've been using it, and yeah. We'll talk about that knife in the future. So let's get into this box and see what knife we came up with and check it out. This knife was sent to my house because this guy I work with, he doesn't have, a standard way to pay for stuff over the internet, man. He just doesn't live his life like you and I do. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have credit cards. He doesn't have online accounts. So I told him, hey, look, man, I'll buy the knife for you. I'll have it shipped to my house so I can make a video on it. And we will kind of go from there. And as part of this experiment, I thought would be kind of fun for me, because I'm so dead set against fixed blade knives. He's dead set against folding knives. I thought that I would venture into the EDC realm of carrying a fixed blade knife. So during the days that I work with him 2 days a week. I've decided to carry my favorite fixed blade knife at work too, just to kind of see what that's all about. What the hell is going on here? Okay, so this knife was purchased at the cutlery shop, and a great bunch of guys. I actually had to call them on the phone because there was a problem with my order, or actually placing my order. Problem with placing my order, and the guy that answered the phone, I don't know his name, but whoever answered the phone just handled my situation awesomely. He got me taken care of real quick. Come with some suckers. Why in the world wouldn't you want some Tootsie Pops? Well, that's an interesting that's a nice touch. I like that. Okay, so here it is, guys. Here is the knife that we decided to go with. What tougher knife on the market is there than a cold steel, some sort of cold steel fixed blade, but cold steel fixed blade with 3V. This knife is in 3V. Have you guys guessed what knife it is yet? Here it is. Here it is. The cold steel Pendleton Hunter Mini in 3V. Comes with a pretty nice sheath. This will work really well for my buddy. He'll just put this probably on his shirt pocket or something of that nature. He doesn't carry. That's another thing about my buddy, is he doesn't really carry his knife in a traditional manner. He takes it, puts it in a sheath, stuffs it in a pocket somewhere, kind of thing. And so anyway, let's take a look at this thing. Ooh, wow, that's gripped in there really good. Oh yeah, it's got a. Can you guys tell? It's got like this thin layer of like Vaseline or something on it. That's kind of cool. But looks like the blade thickness is about 3 millimeters. It looks like it's a little less, but keep in mind 3V does not have to be as thick as other knives. We're going to have to get this knife wiped off a bit, because that is a bit excessive. So it comes out of the box with just an excessive amount of spooge all over it, which I guess it has to be, because it's not the most stainless of steels. So I guess that makes sense. But here we are, a really nice, small, fixed blade knife that he can just beat the ever-loving snot out of. And I thought it would be kind of cool to check back with him after he's had a chance to really beat the snot. Dude, when I tell you that my buddy is rough on a knife, I'm not kidding. He is rough on a knife. So there it is, and this knife was really hard to find too. I mean, I know it's been out for years, but when we finally narrowed it down to the knife that he wanted, it was between the Benchmade Puko, which I liked everything about. He didn't like it because it didn't have a finger guard. He was really concerned about the knife having a finger guard. So then we kept searching, and we found this knife. And then after we found this knife, it was a matter of, okay, now where can we buy it? And that became a problem. So the guys over at the cutlery shop, there you have it right there. The guys over at the cutlery shop hooked us up. They had one of these things left. And and one of these things left in stock, and I was able to score it. But let's see, I can get all 4 of my fingers on this bad boy myself. Yeah, I'm really surprised. I can get all my 4 fingers on there. I can choke up on it. This is a 3-inch blade. 3-inch blade right there. And this super lightweight. This thing has got to be, you know, like 3 ounces maybe or something in that range. It's got to be somewhere in there. Really nice coating. I bet it's crazy sharp. Let's find out what we got here for sharpness. How does cold steel come out of the box here? Woo, dog! That's how they come out of the box. Oh, yeah. There we go. That is pretty sharp. It's a full flat grind, it looks like. Yep. Full flat grind all the way up the blade. Kind of a really cool. This'll wreak havoc on some boxes, no doubt about it. And you know, hey, you know, if my buddy doesn't end up liking this knife, I'll just keep it for myself. I got no problem keeping this knife. I really like it. I don't have anything in 3V right now, so you know, I'm a collector of knives, and I'm also a collector of steels. So I don't have one in 3V. So I'll report back after you know, after a few months, a couple, 2-3 months, something like that, after he's really had a chance to just hammer the snot out of this thing, and we'll see how it holds up. I'm pretty sure it's going to fare really well. I mean, it looks tough. It definitely looks like a tough knife, no doubt about it. All right, guys, comment in the comments, and like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one on Eddie.